board come to order. Let's rise and say the pledge of allegiance to the flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. The next thing on our agenda is approved agenda. Approved agenda. Your recommendation.
Madam President, I recommend the board to approve the agenda.
I have a recommendation to approve the agenda. Do I have this as a motion? Do I have a second? Second. Any questions or comments? All in favor say aye. Aye. The ayes have it, the motion carried. The next thing on our agenda is election of officers. At this time, we will elect the president and the secretary. And they will serve a year. So at this time, do I have any recommendations for the president?
Elect Sarah.
I have a recommendation and a motion to elect Sarah Dawes Thomas as our president. Do I have this in a motion? Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor say aye. Aye. Ms. Dawes Thomas, you are the new president. You may come and sit in my seat. If anything can happen, it happens. Oh, my computer. Oh, thank you. I got too much to care. You said I got it great. Is this my place right here, sir? Thank you, sir.
At this point in time, we have to elect a secretary. Do I have, any nominees?
I make the motion, we nominate Mr. James.
I second that motion.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any nays? The motion's passed. The superintendent's report at this time. Ms. Austin.
Thank you, Madam President. The clock is ticking until the start of the school year, and so once again, we thought it'd be good for us to have a construction update. Mr. Jerry White is here again this evening to update us on how everything's going.
Thank you, Mr. Austin, and good afternoon, everyone. We'll start out again with South Haven Elementary School, where we're doing a window project. The windows, good news and bad news. The windows finally came in and they're making great progress, but the bad news part of it is, for one classroom in the back of the cafeteria, they sent the wrong size windows and we had to send them back. So if they get here on time, we will get through with that project because they do really well out there, but it's something we have no control over. We'll just have to wait till the windows get here. Of course, we won't let them take the windows out until, they get the new ones in. So this is some pictures of the new windows that's gone in, and this, as you can see, they've got several crews out there working. So I think they will get through with that project. Moving on to Horn Lake Middle School. This is a 26 classroom and gym retrofit of the HVAC system. As you can see here, we've got a few pictures of it, and mainly what we do in this is, they have to take all your ceiling stuff out to run all your piping. And you can see in some of the places, we've just got the tiles out where they happen to be working. You see that the units have been set. And the pads have been poured for the outside. You can see the copper coming down the wall on the right side of the windows there. That's run all the way to the BS boxes on the inside. And these are ready to hook up to the condensers on the outside. So they're making real good progress here. Fernando High School is about the same way. They're about as far along as Homer Lake Middle School. This is a little bit larger job. There's 41 rooms involved here totally. It's 34 classrooms, 6 offices, and the gym. Now, the gym, we did get the old chiller torn out, new concrete pad laid, and the new chiller's up and running. So we're pretty much through with the gym. It's back cooling like it's supposed to be now. So in good shape there. This is still Fernando High School. This shows the large condensing units that's on the outside, and this is where I was talking about the hard copper hooks up to on the outside. It's the inside stuff where they're putting the inside units up. As you can tell, it's about the same situation as Warren Lake Middle. Olive Branch Intermediate School, of course, was the one that I was really concerned about on the front end because we got a lot of work out there to do. A lot of tearing out before we would start the new stuff, but they are doing really good out there. They divided this thing up into 5 different sections, and they're just about complete with 3 of the sections. They've got the HVAC units running in 2 of the sections now, so they're making good progress, and I feel a lot better about this one now than I did on the front end. I really do think we're going to make it there. So, and this is just some more pictures of that same school, Olive Branch Intermediate. Fernando High School on the parking lot addition. We're moving along well there. They were going to start doing some work today as far as doing the soil cement, and of course the rain that we had come in yesterday afternoon spoiled that for us. So there's no issues here about getting this done on time. As we talked a little bit about last week, you can see where we redid the drainage over on the left side and stopped that big problem that we had over there. And you can see on the piping on the end down there on the right where we drained it out, and there's like a little work there tying it into the underground there. But there's no issue in getting done with that one on time also. DeSoto Central High School parking lot overlay. And these pictures are a little bit behind because of the holidays this week that were out. So these pictures were taken last week, at the last of the week. And since these pictures have been taken here, the entire parking lot has been striped. The service road that you see that belongs to us on the back side there, that has been milled and also has been overlaid. Now, striping has not been done on that road yet, but that's about the only thing that lacks in that project being complete. So we're just almost done there. This is an overshot. Of course, all of that on the left side over there that you see that wasn't complete. This picture's taken is complete now, and the front is completely striped, and also the left side over there is striped also. Center Hill Middle School, all of our additions, the 3 that's got the 4 classrooms, they're all about in the same spot as far as completion. So we're feeling real good about these 4. As you can see here, these folks at Center Hill, this construction bunch here really keeps a clean job site. I can say that for them. As you see, there's nothing on the ground, and you'll see that some of these other sites is not quite as clean, but they've got it in good shape. Look around on the front and I'll show you the top of the building where the HVAC units are to be set. I think on this one, they may already be set. They are already set on this one, and we're ready to go. As you can see in these pictures, windows are not in these either. The windows on these new projects are not scheduled to come in until the last week of this month. If they get here when they're supposed to, it'll be no issue of getting them in. They can get them all put in within a day if we can just get them. So that's the main thing on that. What we're doing in these cases is we're going ahead and we're boarding up these holes. We're getting the climate right inside the building, the humidity and all that, so these other trades can go ahead with their work as far as putting in the floors and the other thing that you have to control the temperature for. So we're going ahead and doing that now. And matter of fact, it's already been done in a couple of schools since these pictures were taken. So the Central Primary is about the same way as I said there, you know. Since this picture was taken, the brickwork has been completed here, and I think the scaffolding has already been taken down and gone now also. Of course, that's a still shot of it. Pleasant Hill Elementary. As you can see, the units have not been set, the curves have been set, but since this picture has been taken, the units have been set on this. They were on site when this picture was taken. When the drone goes around on the left side, you can actually see the HVAC units sitting by a little trailer back here. So they have taken them and put them on since then. You see them over on the other side of the trailer there. There's not but 4 of them. Lewisburg Middle School is the last of the projects that we have. This is a bigger one. It's an 8 classroom addition. We have a lot of groundwork to do here, a lot of piping to move that was underground, water lines and water loop lines. As you can see, we had to tear up the road out there to get everything moved, and we were late getting it out of the ground, and we still haven't caught up. We're further behind in this school than we are in any of them. We still got a chance to get it completed. They're roofing it today as we speak. You can see that when that picture was taken, there was only 1 hole cut in the roof. Of course, there's 8 classrooms there, so they cut the other 7 out and have started roofing it. The curves for the air conditioners that sit there, they are on site, and they'll be installing those this week and getting the air conditioners set so we can get the holes closed up and get the humidity right in this building. And that pretty well concludes our report for this week. I'll be glad to try to answer any questions that anybody might have on it.
I was on Desoto Central's parking lot last night. It looks good.
I saw it this morning. I wish we had a fresh picture. We'll have a fresh picture next week of it. It really does look good. Thank you.
Appreciate it. It's amazing too what a parking lot overlay will do for a campus. Olive Branch High School had one last summer, and it just makes the entire campus look better. And I agree that one at Desoto Central looks really, really good. We appreciate the update. And for our board members' information, Mr. White will return on July 19th for our next board meeting, and he will also be here for the August 2nd board meeting. That'll be when the teachers have returned, but the students aren't back yet, and that will be the final construction update at that time. We appreciate you doing that. Mr. Hall, appreciate you being here today also. Appreciate y'all's team and how hard they work. I've asked Olive Branch High School Principal, Mr. Jacob Stripling, to come this evening and say just a few words to you. There's an item on the consent agenda. You'll see letter D, request to name Olive Branch High School Gymnasium. Mr. Stripling, if you can come forward and just share briefly with the board what that is about.
Yes, sir. Coach Charlie Bibbs coached at Olive Branch High School or Eastside High School during the period of segregation his entire career. He spent all 30 of his years in the Olive Branch schools area. Started in 66, retired as assistant principal in 96. I was approached by the OEAAA last October, which is Olive Branch Alumni Athletic Association. They approached me about naming our gymnasium after Coach Charlie Bibbs for everything that he did for the community during his tenure in Olive Branch. My initial response to them was pretty much, whoa, I've been here 2 or 3 months. It's not my job to be here and start naming buildings or after people yet. I need to sit back and digest this for a little bit and get to know a little bit more about Olive Branch, a bit more about Coach Bibbs before I felt comfortable bringing it to you. And over the course of that year, I met many of his colleagues that he worked with, athletes that he coached, principals that he worked for, and no one had a negative word or had a negative word to say about Coach Bibbs. I had the privilege of meeting him at one of our basketball games. I believe it was in January or February, and a very humble gentleman, a very genuine gentleman, to say the least. And our SRO played for him. 2 teachers in the building played for him. He helped Coach Poole, and Coach Poole was the head coach there. he did a lot of remarkable things in the Olive Branch area during his 30-year tenure there. Not to mention the athletic side, some of his athletic accomplishments as coach. When he was JV coach, his team was 104-3 as JV coach. At one particular point in time, he was coaching 7 athletic teams during one individual school year. I mean, talk about time for 7 teams. That's a tremendous amount. I've spoken with previous principals of Olive Branch High about Coach Bibb. I spoke with other people about Coach Bibb, and they are all in agreement that he is deserving of such honor. Not from just the coaching standpoint, but when I think about this, I think about who was the person, who was Charlie Bibb, not just Coach Bibb, but who was Charlie Bibb. And I have not heard one negative word about the man, and I think it's an earned and distinguished honor to name the OB gym that names him after Charlie Bibb. Thank you for your time.
Thank you, Mr. Strickland, for being here, and feel free to go if you need to. I know you're a busy man. Summertime.
I'll take that.
Yes, summertime is ticking away. So have a good evening. All right, that concludes on the superintendent's report.
Thank you. Next, we have attorney's report.
Yes, ma'am. We have 4 matters for executive session, 1 ongoing litigation matter, 2 potential litigation matters, and 1 personnel evaluation matter. Those should all be addressed in executive session.
We have next our approval of our minutes for June the 7th, 2018, and June the 12th, 2018. Anyone have a motion?
I make a motion that we approve the minutes for June the 7th board meeting and June the 12th special call board meeting.
Second.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, so it's passed. The next one we have is our consent agenda. And on our consent agenda, we have A through G. Are there any changes that anyone would like to bring up at this time? Okay, do I have a recommendation?
Madam President, I recommend the board to approve the consent agenda.
I need a motion.
Make the motion to approve the consent
Second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
No nays. So we have that one passed. Under our new business, we have a request to reject the bid for copy paper. That will be from Mr. Williams, please.
Yes, ma'am. If you remember this time, close to this time last year, we bid out copy paper. We went with the higher grade paper, which is a thicker paper, because with the understanding that it would save us money in the long run because we wouldn't have as many paper then, so on and so forth. So we bid the paper out this year. What we couldn't predict is that the cost of paper had skyrocketed. And so if we were to go with that thicker paper today, we would get about an $8,000 increase, something that we were not looking or could foresee. And so what we want to do is rebid it out. We're going to rebid it for thicker paper and paper that is not as dense. And then we're going to look at the two and see if there's a significant difference and then make our decision based on that. So we'd like to rebid the copy paper.
Thank you. Recommendation?
Madam President, I recommend to the board to approve the rejection of the bid for copy paper.
I need a motion.
Make that motion.
A second.
Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, so that motion is passed. B, permission to advertise for rebid for copy paper, Mr. Williams.
Yes, ma'am. Based on item A, we are asking, and item B, requesting permission to advertise for the rebid of copy paper.
Recommendation, please.
Madam President, I recommend the board to approve the advertising rebid for copy paper.
I need a motion.
I make that motion.
Second.
Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion is passed. C is emergency purchase, Olive Branch High School football field. Mr. Williams.
Yes, ma'am. Mr. White and Mr. Chase could probably speak more specifically, but they've been out to the school. That field has a lot of rips and tears on the field. It's just time for maintenance, just because of how long they've been playing on it. What we want to do is, we're requesting an emergency purchase so that we can purchase the services to get it repaired. if we go through the normal bidding process, our fear is that we won't have the field up and running by August when football season starts. So we're asking that we be able to do this through an emergency purchase, and all the documentation is in your file.
Recommendation.
Madam President, I recommend the board to approve the emergency purchase for the Olive Branch High School football field.
I'd like a motion, please.
Make that motion.
Second.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, so the motion is passed. The next one is permission to make playground improvements at Chickasaw Elementary School. Mr. Williams.
Yes, ma'am. The Chickasaw School, elementary school PTO raised money to make upgrades to the playground. One is a shade structure, tetherball poles, hopscotch painting, basketball goals. All of these things we put in place, and once they have been installed, would be donated to the district and would become district property.
Recommendation.
Madam President, I recommend the board to approve the new playground improvements at Chickasaw Elementary School.
I need a motion, please.
I make the motion.
And a second.
I'll second that motion.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
There are no nays, so the motion is passed. E is permission to install a digital sign at Lewisburg Primary School. Mr. Williams.
Yes, ma'am. The PTO has raised money to purchase a digital sign that will help with communicating school events and other pertinent information to the parents and stakeholders of the primary school. They're requesting permission to install the sign, knowing that upon completion, the sign will be donated to the district.
Recommendation.
Madam President, I recommend the board to approve the installation of a digital sign at Lewisburg Primary School.
I need a motion.
I make that motion.
And a second. Second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
No nays, since it was an aye. Our motion is passed. The next one is statement of revenue and expenditures, May 2018. Ms. Graves.
Okay, our general fund revenues received so far for the year through the end of May, $215,758,322, compared to last year at $210,806,866. We still continue to remain up 2% in AP and ad valorem, which we're very excited. All funds revenue received also up 2% from $263,631,252 over last year at $257,665,334. On the expenditure side, our general fund expenditures are at $190,474,945 compared to last year. We're up only 2%, which was slightly less than we had budgeted. $186,966,379. So it's always good to have excess revenue and under expenditures. All fund expenditures at $251,947,281 over last year at $243,377,581. That's up 4%, but that is mainly due to capital projects and to debt service. We have some large debt service payments in that. So that's the reason your all expenditures are up more than your district expenditures are.
Anyone have any questions for that? Recommendation.
Madam President, I recommend the board to approve the statement of revenue and expenditures for May 2018.
Need a motion, please.
I make that motion.
Second.
I'll second that motion.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any nays? Motion is passed. The next one is statement of cash flow, May 2018. Ms. Graves.
Our district maintenance cash balance is at $109,095,379, which includes an invested balance of $26,724,946. And overall, our cash balances are at $135,576,638.
Recommendation.
Madam President, I recommend the board to approve the statement of cash flow for May 2018.
I need a motion.
I'll make that motion.
Second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed, say nay. Motion is passed. The next one is combined balance sheet, May 2018. Ms. Graves.
Our fund balance for all general funds for May is at $113,502,040. As compared to last year, we are up 6%. Compared to last year, it was 107,226,356. Our balance in all funds is at 144,488,864, and our 6% increase is due to our increased revenues, and we are under budget for expenditures, just like usual.
I need recommendation, please.
Madam President, I recommend the board to approve the combined balance sheet for May 2018.
I need a motion. And a second.
Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed say nay. Motion is passed. The next one is combined balance sheet, May 2018. Certification of bank reconciliation, May 2018, Ms. Graves,
All bank statements have been reconciled with no exceptions.
recommendation.
Madam President, I recommend to the board to approve the certification of bank reconciliation for May 2018.
I need a motion on that.
I make that motion.
Second.
Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed nay. Motion is passed. The last thing that we have under our new business is personnel, and Mr. Alexander's not here with us.
Yes, ma'am. Pages 1 through 6 are personnel recommendations. Pages 7 through 8 are personnel changes. Page 9 is a memo from the Director of Special Education requesting a 187-day occupational therapist who will work with students with disabilities on defined motor skills and their sensory needs. And this has been budgeted for the FY19 school year. Page 10 is a memo from our Director of Special Education requesting psychologists/psychometrists who will assist students who are awaiting assessment to determine SPED eligibility. This is also in our FY19 budget. Page 11 is a memo from our Director of Federal Programs requesting a mental health therapist that will provide counseling and casework services to students in the district. Page 12 is 18-19 principal salaries. Page 13 is our elementary school assistant principal salaries for the 18-19 school year. Page 14 is our middle school assistant principal salaries for the 18-19 school year. Page 15 is our high school assistant principal salaries for the upcoming school year. Page 16 is our office manager staff accountant pay scale for the 18-19 school year. Page 17 is our nurses pay scale for the 18-19 school year. Page 18 is occupational therapist salary scale for the 18-19 school year. Page 19 is our computer technology and instructional technology salary schedule for the 18-19 school year. Page 20 is our transportation department scale, school bus driver and bus aide pay scale for the upcoming school year. Page 21 is our fleet manager pay scale for the upcoming school year. Page 22 is our transportation salary scale. This will include technicians and safety supervisors for the 18-19 school year. Page 23 is our central services maintenance scale for the upcoming school year. Page 24 is our child nutrition pay scale for the upcoming school year. Page 25 is our classified pay scale at the school level for the upcoming school year. Page 26 is our sign language interpreter salary pay scale for the upcoming year. Page 27 is our bilingual interpreter and translator pay scale for the upcoming year. Page 28 is our maintenance salary schedule. Page 29 is our bookkeeper pay scale at the school level for the 18-19 school year. Page 30 is our MSIS pay scale for the upcoming school year. Page 31 is our classified pay scale at the district level for the 18-19 school year. Pages 32 through 34 are district office FY19 non-pay scale salaries. Page 35 through 40 will be our district office FY19 salaries. At this point, we will stop and ask for a recommendation and a vote on the personnel that has been presented, which will include pages 1 through 4.
Recommendation, please.
Madam President, I recommend the board to approve personnel as presented, pages 1 through 40.
I need a motion, please.
I'll make a motion that we will approve the personnel from page 1 through page 40.
I need a second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion is passed. It's now time for public comment.
Page 41 of your personnel report is the rate of pay for our junior chief technology officer for the 18-19 school year. And page 42, which is the final page, is the rate of pay for our data support scale administrative assistant for the upcoming school year.
Recommendation.
Madam President, I recommend the board to approve personnel as presented, pages 41 and page 42.
All in favor say aye. No, I need a motion.
I make that motion.
Second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Nay. The motion is passed. Now we're ready for public comment. At this time, public comment is not to discuss student matters or personnel and not a recessed meeting. If a person has requested to speak in public comment from the board's administrative assistant, they have 5 minutes to address the board. Is there anyone here who would like to address the board? Now, we will need to go into executive session, but first, I need a motion for consideration of closed session to determine whether the board should enter executive session for matters of, the two, that Mr. Hewitt had. Yeah. And 2 ongoing litigations. And 1 detention. That should cover it. Thanks.
I make consideration of going into executive session for the attorneys.
And I need a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Motion passed. We will go into closed session and, we'll ask for something in there and then our, board attorney will